Hello everyone, this is grade 6, module 6, lesson 18 problem set. Number 1 says the following histogram shows the amount of coal produced for the 20 largest coal producing states in 2011. Um, so if we look at this, we have coal production, millions of tons, and this is in 2011, 20 states. So I know that there are 20 pieces of data going into this. I can see that there's 16 pieces that fall within 0 to 50. 1, 2, and then 1 for those. So I'm going to write those in because that's going to help me with this question. So what we have to do for the histogram, which one of the 3 sets of summary measures could match the graph? For each choice, you eliminate, give at least one reason for eliminating the choice. So we have to go down here and we got to either pick A, B, or C. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go across the data, and I don't necessarily have to find all of these. I just have to find a point at which it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So the minimum 1, well, that could be the case because we're between 0 and 50. Quadrant 1 is 12. Yeah, I think it could be. Again, because it's within this piece right here of 0 to 50, and 12 lies within it. The median of 36, I know the majority of the data is sitting here, and if there's 20 pieces of data within there total, then I know that my midpoint or my median is going to be at about 10, and that's going to fall inside of this 0 to 50. So the median is good there. My quartile 3 looks okay. The maximum of 410, well, here's my maximum. We have a range between 400 and 450, so that looks good. The average of 33, it could be because all of these 16 values could be 1. And then we would have to average that with maybe a 51, a 101, and a 401. And I mean, we could get 33, maybe. We'd have to do some math on that one. The last one that I'm looking at here is the mean absolute deviation. And remember, the median's got to fall somewhere in here. So even if it is 50, we have to find how far away all of these points are, these other ones, and then how much above these ones are. This is the kicker right there, because I think the mean absolute deviation, saying the average distance away from the median, is 2 76/100. I think the mean absolute deviation is going to be much higher because of this piece right here and even these two right here. Because if these are at like right around 150, and this one is more on the upper end, we're going to have a much higher mean absolute deviation because those are going to skew the data quite a bit, throw the data up, so the mean absolute deviation will be higher. So I'm crossing off A because of the mean absolute deviation. I think it needs to be higher because of this right here, that outlier. B, I actually think that that's correct. I think that's the right one because the median, we see our minimum is still good. Quadrant 1 is still good for the same reasons we had above. Median's good. Quadrant 3 is still right there. Maximum value falls between 4 and 450. And I'll try to do this one in blue so you can see my points here. Maximum value falls within 450. The average, it's a little bit higher, but I still think it could be that way. And then the reason why we didn't pick A was because of the mean absolute deviation. If you look at the mean absolute deviation, it's much higher. It's a realistic mean absolute deviation. Because even though this, if the median was 50, or if it was 35, this is a ways away, but it's not going to lift it so high that the mean absolute deviation is over 100, I don't think. Depending on what these values are, these other 19 values, they're going to kind of have an impact on this. So I think B is good right now. But I got to check C. And C says minimum of 10. That looks okay. Quartile 1 is 37 5/10. That looks okay. And I'll do this one in black, sorry. Median is 62. And that draws a red flag to me because I know my median has to be between 0 and 50 because I have 16 pieces of data in there, 20 for the whole graph. So it's going to hit at that 10 point, that 10th piece of data. And I know the first 16 are within 0 to 50. So my median has to be between 0 and 50. This is not showing that. So it's because of the median, because the median is too high. The median needs to be between 0 and 50 because the 10th piece of data is actually going to show us where the median lies. So it looks like it's going to be B. A lot of discussion there. I'm not going to type that out. But if you write one of the reasons for A and C, you can go back and kind of listen to what we discussed a second ago. 2 says, the heights, rounded to the nearest inch, of 41 members of the 2012-2013 University of Texas men's swimming and diving team are shown in the dot plot below. Okay, so we have a dot plot. It's counting by ones, and they're just not labeling everyone. They're labeling every other. A says, use the dot plot to determine the 5-number summary, minimum, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, and maximum for the data set. So right now, we are going to go through and we are going to find this data summary. Now, I already know here is my minimum right there. Here's my max. So now what I need to do is figure out my median. And my median, I know that there's 41 members. So if I take, since it's an odd number, I go to the next number down to make it even, which is 40. And I can split that in half and show that there's 20 pieces on each side. But I still have that 1. So the 21st is going to be my median. Now, I'm not going to necessarily pick all these values and show them to you, but I think that we'll be able to kind of help out with this. So let me show you what I mean. So the minimum is the lowest, and we could even write that in at 66. The max, highest, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't really want to rewrite all of these in order and cross off. My median, I know, is the 21st value. And if you're deciding that you want to figure out that exact value, go ahead and figure it. But I know once I get that 21st value, now I have 20 values. So if I try to find the middle point of that, I'm going to get 10 on each side. 10 pieces of data on each side. Meaning between 10 and data point 11 will be my lower quartile. So my lower quartile is the 10th and 11th value. And what would I do to find that 10th and 11th value? I'm going to have to find the mean of the 10th and 11th value. So let's just say, for the sake of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's really right in between there, which is 71. So 71 is the 10th value, 71 is the 11th. Really, the average is 71. So I am going to show you these just so you can figure this one out. And I can count out the 21st value. There's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's 73 is the median. And then I would just find the median of this set down and then this set up to get my max values. So, or to get my upper and lower quartiles. So I'm going to do my upper quartile now. And it's very similar. It's the 10th and 11th values on the upper half of the data. So it's from 21, whoops, 21 on, or not from 20, it's from 22 on. So that's going to be between the 31st and 32nd values. So I could technically start over here and count across, but I'm not going to do that. And again, it's just finding the median of those. Now for B, based on this dot plot, make a histogram of the heights using the following intervals. So I'm going to leave that to you to do your histograms. Let's take a look quickly at page 2. And here we are on page 2. So we have data on the weight of 143 wild bears. Which one of the 3 dot plots below could be a dot plot of the bear weight data? Explain how you determined it. So you really have to kind of look through and see where this could possibly work out and which dot plot you think could be the histogram above. Now, I would say you want to look at this and kind of see where could these values fall. I'm going to try not to give you the answers for this one. So you can kind of take a look, 0 to 50, and notice that the numbering at this bottom part is for all of them. So I'm looking up to 100 here, and I see that there are values, so immediately plot 3 is gone because there's no values up to 100, and I see that there are quite a few in there. So it could be these ones up here, but that's how you want to look at it. So we've already eliminated dot plot 3, so you just have to look at 1 and 2 and kind of match them up, I would say, with this piece underneath, and then the values up and see where it goes compared to the dot plot below. So hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the rest of your problem set.